The fantasy football strategy that I've been using the past couple seasons, I've personally found a lot of success with, is taking a running back early, solidifying my like RB1 spot, and then waiting, man, punting. It's called hero RB, fucking anchor RB, whatever you want to call it. With that, you have to be looking at deep sleeper running backs, man. You have to take dart throws on dudes that are maybe a second on the depth chart or exciting rookies that were great in college. Maybe they're sitting behind an old veteran. So in this video, we're going to be looking at 3 deep sleepers, bro. These are guys that are going outside of like the 11th round. These are deep, man. These aren't your typical sleeper running backs, right? I'm Ron from Never Lucky Man. Welcome to the channel. And let's start this video with the first name, and it's Taj Brooks, running back for the Cincinnati Bengals. If you love Chase Brown and you're a believer that Chase Brown is going to be a great running back, on a high-octane offense, you kind of have to have a little bit of a crush on Taj Brooks, bro, or whoever the backup is. I think it's going to be Taj Brooks. Fucking spoiler alert. So it's a murky backfield, man. Murky backfields win leagues. Chase Brown's the clear lead back. Don't get me wrong. But there were concerns about his workload, man. The coaching staff last season said, we got to split the work, dude. We can't give Chase Brown this massive workload where he was getting like 95% of all snaps. So they bring in Khalil Herbert. He ends up being a massive fart in a jar. So they're like, yeah, we can't use him. Back to Chase Brown. But here's the situation now with the Bengals. So we have 27-year-old Zach Moss coming off of a significant neck injury. He was being phased out even before his injury. Like, he had a strong start to the season, and then he started getting less than like 8 rush attempts per game, not really doing much with them. It started to really show that the dude just didn't have enough juice to help this team win any games, so they go away from him. They then bring in Samaje Perine, dude. He's a literal fucking nomadic gypsy, dude. He's played for every team and sport in the last 5 seasons. So Samaje Perine, to me, is just like a nice little gadget, third down back, but not all third downs. So as I mentioned, he's a nomadic gypsy. I don't think he's going to be much. And then we have Taj Brooks, the exciting 6th-round pick out of Texas Tech, very productive in college, a great elusive running back with a lot of speed. Kind of charts well as like a receiving running back. I imagine him kind of taking that third down role from Samaje Perine, who, let's be honest, I think ended up being a waste of a signing for them. But we're going to look at some Taj Brooks tape. Let's look at this short highlight of Taj Brooks in OTAs, lined up. We have a snap to Joe Burrow, a nice little out route, catches it, moves up the field. Fucking nothing special, to be fully honest with you, man. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. Am I getting excited about a 3-yard out route by a 6th-round backup running back in OTAs? Yeah, does the Pope shit in the woods? Of course I'm getting excited about that, dude. We're fucking degenerates, man. That's what we do here. So I'm going to take a shot on this man, dude. I'm going to take a shot and hope that him as a great pass blocker, as an elusive, fast, productive running back in college is going to help him get on the field, dude. I think it's going to get him playing time. He's going to be out there on the field. And if anything happens to Chase Brown, I think it's wheels up for Taj Brooks. I think they end up just kind of relying on him, like, establish the run via the pass. And I can imagine them doing kind of what they did for Chase Brown, where he just had so many targets per game, right? And if Taj Brooks, if that's kind of his bread and butter, at least it was in college, like I can imagine him being a pretty nice pick. And the next player is either going to make you vomit or you're going to subscribe to this channel instantly. I hope you subscribe to this channel and you don't vomit, or both. Maybe you vomit and then subscribe. It's Roschon Johnson, backup running back, 1B, backup. I don't know. We really don't know yet, but he's a running back for the Chicago Bears. Now, I need to clear the record, dude. I kind of hate this man as a player. Like, I hate Roschon Johnson. He's as mid as it can be, dude. He poached so many fucking touchdowns from DeAndre Swift, who I had last season. I also hate Swift for that exact same reason, bro. I just hate Swift. I hate Roschon Johnson. But for some reason, dude, DeAndre Swift makes Roschon Johnson look like LeGarrette fucking Blount, dude. The man is a touchdown machine. And I'll give him credit. He's a pretty decent blocker. He can actually block, and he can actually receive, too. You can actually, on those little wheel routes, he can actually catch the ball. He moves upfield instantly. He doesn't, stop and jitter and move horizontally. He moves up the field. He can block. He can catch. He's not absolutely horrendous. I just hate him because he stole so many touchdowns when I had DeAndre Swift, but that is neither here nor there. And he actually knows what a run lane is, right? So DeAndre Swift fucking has shown us over the past couple seasons that the man doesn't know how to hit a lane. He doesn't know how to follow blocks. He doesn't know how to follow developing blocks. He's not a good between the tackles runner, dude. If you think so, I don't know, man. Hit me up on Twitter, dude. We'll go back and forth. But Ben Johnson is now in town, dude. So Ben Johnson, he comes from the Detroit Lions. He's now in town as the head coach for the Chicago Bears. we're expecting a huge turnaround for this Bears team, right? And I think he's going to want to recreate what he had going in Detroit, which was Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery. And unfortunately, he doesn't have anyone nearly as talented as Gibbs or Montgomery, but he does have Swift and Johnson. I think he recreates that. I think Swift is kind of the pass-catching, more dynamic running back, with Johnson being the early down guy, similar to David Montgomery. So if that's how it pans out, dude, if it pans out how a lot of people think it will be, I think that is going to be value for Roschon Johnson. Imagine if he's like a baby David Montgomery. We're talking like a 10 touchdown possibility here. So yeah, man, he plays passing downs, goal line snaps 24, but he only had 2.7 yards per carry, 0 breakaway runs. The man had no big explosive plays, but as I mentioned, 6 touchdowns, all from inside the 2-yard line. And strong first down rate behind a weak run blocking line. Essentially, anytime it was first down, they would give the ball to DeAndre Swift, he'd lose 2 yards. They'd bring in Roschon Johnson. On the next drive, he'd gain 2 yards on first down. So he was slightly better than DeAndre Swift, which is all we need, right? We're just looking for that little bit of value. And yeah, Ben Johnson brings a zone-heavy scheme where that's where Roschon Johnson kind of thrived. 4.0 yards per carry versus 3.4 on gap runs. So with Ben Johnson bringing in that zone-heavy scheme, that actually helps Roschon Johnson, or that's Roschon Johnson's bread and butter. So another nice little point in his favor. And with Swift potentially shifting to more of a passing down running back, I really do think that Roschon Johnson could just take over the early down stuff, as I mentioned, dude, just be that Montgomery. So, yeah, man, he's somebody that I really like. And another player that I hate with a absolute burning passion is Javonte Williams. But Javonte Williams isn't the sleeper pick. It's actually Jaden Blue, dude. So Jaden Blue, the next sleeper, dude, the deepest of sleepiest of picks. He's a classic case of a dynamic, fast rookie behind underperforming vets. So it's a fucking narrative that we've heard time and time again, right? Target running backs that are young, dynamic, fast, unproven, that are sitting behind like older, declining veterans, dude. Again, I always mention Devon Achane just because it's the first one that comes to my head. Devon Achane was sitting behind Raheem Mostert, who was older, kind of on the decline. Now, don't get me wrong, Raheem Mostert still popped the fuck off that season, but so did Achane as a rookie. So the fucking thesis worked out regardless. But so yeah, he was drafted in the 5th round by the Dallas Cowboys. He's being drafted currently as RB 56 in the 14th round or so. So he had a 4.38 40, man. And he drew targets on 25% of his routes in 2024. He was an elite college receiving running back. So it's the perfect type of profile we want in a young running back stuck behind a couple of decrepit, older, veteran running backs. Because it's going to get him on the field, right? He's going to get on the field as a 3rd down back, potentially as a pass blocker as well on like 3rd and long. And that's where he can kind of show us some juice. He can show us that he has a little bit in the tank, slowly start to earn more yards or more playing time. And that paired with the fact that Javonte Williams, I expect to be a complete fart and just be bad because he's been bad the past couple of seasons. Javonte Williams hasn't been good since his rookie season. I don't know why we keep buying in on him. But the one concern about Jaden Blue is that he only has 215 college carries in his entire career. So he was never a bell cow, not even close to it. He was really just a receiving back. So I don't imagine him taking over the backfield fully, but I imagine him cementing himself as like an important piece of this passing offense. And now we look at this graphic by Ian Hartitz. This is about Javonte Williams, dude. So just to further cement, to fucking lock in my hate for Javonte, the Cowboys RB1 Javonte Williams last season, among 36 running backs with 125 plus carries in 2024, he was 32nd in yards per carry, 35th in yards over expected per carry, 35th in yards after contact, 29th in tackles avoided per carry, 26th in explosive run rate, 36th in PFF rush grade. Bad. He just sucks, dude. He's bad in every category. I don't want anything to do with this Javonte Williams being the lead back for Cowboys. I don't care. He's bad. Now, he might get some volume and he might get first crack at it, but I think they're going to quickly see that he's cooked, that he's toast. And I think it's even going to be Miles Sanders, dude, who has been getting a lot of work with the first team offense in OTAs. So there's a possibility that Javonte Williams doesn't start at all this season. And it's Miles Sanders and it's Jaden Blue as the pass catcher. He's going to carve out a nice little 3rd down role for himself, potentially show that he has some juice. They might have to start using him a little more. So Jaden Blue is the guy that I like targeting in all my drafts. I was taking him in Dynasty. Perfect type of player for best ball as well. If you're looking for like a deep dart throw that could have explosion games, Maybe he catches a receiving touchdown, maybe 2 of them. So yeah, man, those are the 3 names, bro. I hope you guys liked this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know who you guys are taking late. I really want to know your dart throws, man. I want to know what running backs I'm missing, dude. This is a team effort, dude, trying to find value, dude. Every time, there's been tons of times where people have disagreed with me in these videos, and I've looked into the players that they then bring up, and I've been in on them, bro. So let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.